This special edition, In the Line of Duty. A traffic stop in a St. Louis suburb sends shockwaves throughout the country and puts the name Ferguson on the tip of the nation's tongue.
If you don't believe it can happen to you, you're wrong. It can happen to you, and you need to understand that. I think if you don't have the best possible relationship with the community that you are sworn to serve, then you need to arrive at that point with a sense of urgency.
Disperse the area immediately. You are in violation of the state-imposed curfew.
The bearing, the professionalism, the discipline of these officers was remarkable. With the gunfire that we dealt with every evening, the number of people that were shot in the first few days, I think the first 11 days, in amongst the protester groups, we never pulled the trigger, Ron. And I assure you it's easy to do. And I assure you that I think some of the things we did to prevent that, we were taken to task on. But there is nothing more sacred than human life. And if you start there, typically you'll make good decisions, as good as you can, moving beyond that. If you only experience this in front of a TV, you have no idea what happened.
Lessons learned and continuing education for officers everywhere in the line of duty. I'm Ron Barber in Ferguson, Missouri. Over my right shoulder is where Officer Darren Wilson had his fatal confrontation with Michael Brown. And now in part one, Ferguson, the lessons learned, you're going to hear from one of the men at the epicenter of the police response to the seminal incident in 21st century law enforcement.
I think one of the complications was that up until Ferguson, because of the 24-hour news cycle and because of the media assets, the media footprint that was there, that this was pretty much the first time that we had officers' families at home watching their wives and husbands and sons and daughters and fathers and mothers working this. And I think that affected families remarkably. Law enforcement is a very potentially dangerous job. So any given evening, my officers are going to step out onto a busy interstate, working a crash. They're going to go to a tavern for a fight. They're going to walk into an open door at 3 o'clock in the morning on a warehouse. That happens every single night. Ron, you know it and I know it, but the families don't have to watch that.